So with that being said, a lot of the things that I bring you guys, that's why I give quotes, because I don't act like, oh, well, where did she get all this in depth? Yeah, a lot of it, the grit and the grind came from experience. So yeah, like, you can get a degree. Like I got a degree. I got two degrees. You can get a degree from whatever university, okay? But that your trials, your one-on-one experience, that's what's going to develop the grit. That's what's going to develop the grind. That's what's going to develop your why and why you keep going. What are you on your journey for? And that's what's going to keep you. You get what I'm saying? And when you go through the process of becoming something, it shows you who you are. And it shows you your good, your strengths. It shows you your weaknesses. And it shows you how to grow and how to shift. I think that's important for me to let you guys know that a lot of times if I'm speaking from one-on-one experience, personal experience, okay? That's where the grit and the grind come from. It come from failure. It come from overcoming. It come from being persistent. It come from being positive. It come from that inner strength. And inner strength comes from hardship. You get what I'm saying? So that's when I say people, you can't mimic somebody else's grind. You could try your own version of whatever, but stay true to yourself. You have a story that's important. Somebody needs your voice. Somebody needs your story. And when I understood when I understood that I'm not just going through obstacle after obstacle to come out not being able to help somebody else and learn from things myself, that changed everything. 20 years ago, when people would go through hell and high water, and maybe we shouldn't use the H word, H-E-L-L, because it can be misinterpreted and probably will be misinterpreted. So let me put it this way. When people would go through hardship, when they would go through tremendous trials, they would come out empty-handed. And what I mean by that is they weren't writing a book about it. They weren't teaching classes on it. You go through you go through hardship so that you can use it to benefit yourself and to benefit other people. You get what I'm saying? Like, you don't just go through, like, it's basically, I talked about this in another video, a guy that overcame cancer, and he wrote a book about it, okay? When you go through something major in life, you need to speak up. You need to speak out. You didn't just go through that for nothing. And you need to understand that other people need your voice. They need to hear it. You have a voice. I knew that early on. I think I knew that at 5. I've been a speaker. Whether you wanted me to speak or not, that's who I was. I would talk a lot. That would be me. In class, in school, that would be me. I knew I had something to say. I knew I had some depth to me. And when I say depth, I had D-E-P-T-H. I'm just trying to clarify as I speak, because I know a lot of times I either have my mask on or I'll be not opening up my mouth and enunciate, like, not speaking the way I need to. It's called lazy talk, okay? So the educator part of me is going to spell it out for you, so you will have clarity and know exactly what I'm saying. But anywho, at a young age, people will be like, you are before your time. You are before your time. You have depth to you, D-E-P-T-H, at such a young age. And so I knew I had something to say, because it was told to me so many, I can go anywhere. And the same thing was told to me from strangers, from people, just when I would open up my mouth and speak. Because I would speak truth at a young age. Or I would notice things, and adults would be like, hold on, did that child just say? And I would say it in a way to where I really wouldn't get in trouble. You get what I'm saying? I wouldn't get, the adult really couldn't get mad. You get what I'm saying? You know how you could speak truth in a way to where the person just gotta accept. They just gotta be like, you know what? I can't even get upset with that person right now, because they're just speaking the truth. They're just speaking what needs to be said. So that was me, right? That was me at a young age. So I figured out, hold on, what's this depth thing they're talking about? What is this D-E-P-T-H thing they're talking about? And And I knew that I thought differently. I interpreted things deeply. I was a critical thinker at a young age. So, and not to make it seem like, oh, well, does any know? It's hundreds of billions, 7 billion people on this planet that could think similar or and say the same way. It's only one of me and it's only one of you. I always say, just say, stay in your lane. Don't try to be anybody else. Be yourself, because everybody else have been taken. Some of your best ideas, some of your most in-depth quotes, and your life-changing moments are going to come from the most challenging times. Get a pencil out. This is what I figured out early on. I write it down. I say, hold on, you're going through this for a reason. How can I help myself through this? I took a note for myself. I just read you back the note. It was from 2019, but we could go years back. I have notes from 2000, and some things I just know because I've been through the process. Things that quotes that I've developed over the years. I share with you guys. I just could retrieve. A lot of people, where did that come from? It came from a book that I read 17 years ago, but it stuck with me. You get what I'm saying? Or it spoke in volumes. It did something to me. It affected me in a positive way. So that's why I always say invest in yourself.